Hello and welcome to Elisabeth Hogarth Designs. This is my card making channel, and at the moment I am currently making a big set of Christmas cards to send to friends and family. Before I dive into today's tutorial, these are the cards that we've made so far. So this was the star card on video number 1. This one here was particularly popular on Facebook. Here are the cards number 2. We ended up making 2 for the price of 1. So these stars came from the cutaway of this element here. Don't forget, you can go back and see all of these tutorials. They're in a dedicated playlist. This is card number 3, which was our mini tower fold card. So you can fold like so. And then you've got that very sweet card for the mantelpiece. This is the classy card number 4, where we did the inking and the stamping and the masking. That's still one of my favourite card designs. Card number 5, we did some paper piecing with the tartan gnomes and the woodware stamp. Card number 6, we looked at gold heat embossing with the Craft Consortium ink drop papers and the embossing folder in the background. Card number 7 was our TP card with the ribbon enclosure, which also lies flat for posting. Card number 8, we reversed the paper. We just cut a square, we reversed the paper and we added some heat embossing. Again, these were the 'Tis the Season papers. Card number 9 was so big, this is one of the tags from it. This is the 3 Kings 3 Easel card, which again we stamped using the Cat King Crafts Wise Men stamps. Quite a large card, that one, but great for the mantelpiece. But I've also made some tags as well. Card number 10, we talked about using the decoupage kits. This was Candy Christmas. So we made about 5 or 6 cards in one go. And then here is card number 11, where we looked at making origami trees. So you can see we've got a great selection, lots of tutorials for you to work through. There's some Christmas music so you can get into the festive mood, and I will carry on going for the next 13 days or until I can make no more Christmas cards for 2022. On day 12 of my Christmas card making, I've taken inspiration from the Graphic 45 Card Club kit. It's volume 11 and it had the Let It Snow, and this is a Z fold window card set. So this was the original card with quite a small window, but I wanted to incorporate the larger kind of journal style card. So this was a portrait one that is similar to the style of this, using Let It Snow. So you can see that you can have the card folded like so, or like so, and then when you open it, you've got a small window flap. So this part here will turn forwards and backwards. So it's quite a nice little design, and as I say, you can lay it flat for posting, and even if you have it as the Z fold, it's a fairly flat card to put in the post. So that's with the Let It Snow. I'm going to be using the Twas the Night Before Christmas papers, the 8x8 this time, and I'm changing the measurements to adapt these smaller journaling tags here. So I want to have one on the front and then one on the back for my sentiment. So that's the basis of where the card is coming from today. The card is slightly bigger today. It's an A4 sheet of card folded in half, which gives you a measurement of round about 6 inches by 8 inches. So I'm going to draw the fold and the cut lines for you so that you can see where the dimensions come from. So I'm going to begin by drawing my 3-inch mark, and this will become the fold line, and this is how you get the Z fold, because it's going to fold back on itself. Then we want to place the tag about halfway, so we're going to measure at 2.5 and 5.5, because the tag is just shy of 3 inches, so like so. We then need to have cut marks from this line outwards, so I'm going to measure 2 inches back from the centre line, which is round about an inch from the left hand edge. I'm going to do a faint pencil line here. Once you get the hang of it, you don't really need to put all the lines in, but it's easier for me to show you. And then our cut line comes from the 2.5 and the 5.5 down to this outer edge. So this becomes our cut line, and these parts here become our fold. So let's see if we can do this on the trimmer. So I'm going to line up, we'll do the fold first. So we want to go from the 2.5 inch line upwards. You could of course use your bone folder for this. And then our 5.5 inch line downwards. So I've got my glass mat here, and I find it easier to use a metal ruler and a knife for this part. So we're going to be cutting away this 2.5 inch line to the middle. And the 5 inch line to the middle. And then we're going to cut between those two lines on the 1 inch mark. So all the way down. And you'll find, particularly if you fold this score line backwards, that you've got yourself the window card. So this will fold both ways, like so. And then you've got your window there. So now we can rub away these lines here. The decorative mats measure 4 by 2 3/4, and I have backed that onto 2 further mats that measure 4 1/4 by 2 7/8, so just slightly bigger. So they're going to go in the centre, and then I've got one that can be written on, that when you flip will come like so. I've then cut 4 decorative panels that measure 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and these will sit in these areas here. You can cut them as one panel, but I quite like the white edge. So there will be our topper, and then I've got a slither here that measures 3/4 by 3 inches. So I'm going to have the red on the front. I might add some more to it. And then on the inside, I'm going to use the candy green. And then we've got our stripe there. I also want to add a sentiment to the back of the card here. So I'm trying out the new Sizzix Bold Tech. So these you can cut directly into, and also the letters come out as well. So I haven't really had a chance to use these yet. These are a new investment this year because I can totally see myself using them again. So you've got Winter Wishes, Merry and Bright, Holly Jolly, Joy, but I'm going to try Believe in the Magic, and then we'll try a little bit of glitter card behind it. So I'm just going to die cut this out of the back and we'll see how it looks. So the letters pop out really easily. Gently remove this. And then you've got some brilliant tartan letters, so I can keep all of those. So I'm going to add that to the back, and then I'm going to bring in a bit of sparkle. So we could try the green, the red, or just the gold. So let's see what the green looks like. That's quite cool. That's more festive. I like the red. And the gold is pretty, but you can't see the letters quite as well. So let's go back to the red. I think that's perfect. So I'm going to stick this to the back. And then because that glitter card has slightly raised the paper, I'm going to add a thin, this is probably 1mm thick, of foam tape. And I don't want a lot of depth, but I want the paper to sit flat on the back of the card. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue down all of these elements. Then from the larger 12 by 12 paper, I've cut some of these ribbons, so they are round about 2 inches in width and round about 1.5 inches in height. And then I'm going to pop those into these here. I wanted to add the word joy to this panel here, but in the original set the letters are a little bit big. But then I spotted that I've got a holly jolly and the letters are the right dimension, so I have die cut those in red glitter, and then I'm going to use those to add joy to the front of the card here. And then it's a matter of taking some removable tape and placing them over the letters, and then lifting them up, then adding your wet glue Not too much, because you don't want it to splurt out over the edge. And then place them back. With any luck, you'll have a nice, even, straight placement. So press the letters down and then gently peel away. I think that is pretty much spot on. So that's day 12's card complete. We are just about halfway through now with the Christmas card making. I will keep going with the ideas until I have made this year's quota of Christmas cards. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to welcoming you back again tomorrow. Bye bye for now.